Hi there, students. Okay, more strange words or strange synonyms. The first one I'm going to start with is quirky. Okay, something that is quirky, it's eccentric, it's idiosyncratic. It has aspects or characteristics that do not conform to the normal way that things are done. For example, if you've never used a Mac, the way of using it feels a little bit quirky. If you have a lock and you put the key in it, and you've got to get the key in exactly the right position to make it turn, that's what quirky means. It needs to be done in a special way. Okay, it's a little bit eccentric, if you like. Normally programs open with a double click, but could you imagine an application where you would need to use, where you would need to use a triple click? That would be quirky. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't, something that doesn't work. I'm having difficulties, aren't I? It doesn't work in the way you would normally expect it to work. Yeah, it's got special, peculiar characteristics to it. So I don't know, maybe my classes are a bit quirky. The channel is certainly quirky because it's difficult to find what you want, and there's no easy way or normal way to find the right thing. The thing you're looking for. Normally I would suggest go to Google and write I swear English, and then the specific thing that you're actually looking for. I'm having difficulties here today, but I'm going to keep persevering. Okay? So bear with me. Okay, so quirky, in a quirky way, in a special way. The next word is uncanny. Something that's uncanny is something that's strange and mysterious, but in an unsettling way. It makes you feel a little bit nervous. Yeah. So my friend has an uncanny resemblance to Bill Clinton. Okay, so it's unexplainable. Yeah, it's almost like supernatural, if you like. Not something that would happen normally, as if by magic. Okay, the origin of this word, I think, comes from the word ken, which is a Scottish word meaning knowledge. Beyond my ken, beyond my knowledge. And that's what they mean by uncanny. So you can't explain it. It's impossible to explain. Very often we have the collocation, he has an uncanny knack of giving me the right answer. The knack is the way something is done. So he has an uncanny knack and a strange, unexplainable ability to do something. Okay? Something that's uncanny is supernatural and a little bit unsettling. Makes you, ooh, what's the reason for that? Doesn't seem quite natural. Okay, the next word is eerie. Okay, a haunted house is eerie. When you see these horror films with ghosts, the setting is eerie, it's creepy, it's spooky. So something that's eerie is strange and frightening, unnatural. Yeah, it has the idea of ghosts. Yeah, that there's something out there. You don't know what it is and you're frightened. I think eerie is more frightening than uncanny. Uncanny means beyond nature, whereas eerie has the idea of malicious spirits or an alien or something like that. Okay, so eerie, an eerie noise, an eerie setting. Ooh, ooh. It's probably an owl, but it was an eerie noise. The next word is otherworldly. Okay, notice you can write it together and you can write it with a hyphen. I found both examples of this. Something that's otherworldly comes from the other world. The other world means the world of the dead. So something that's otherworldly, it comes from a parallel universe, if you like, a parallel existence. It doesn't exist in this in our normal plane of existence. So he has a very otherworldly attitude to the way he does things. Okay, you could have an otherworldly noise. It sounds like it comes from the spirit world, but I think an eerie noise collocates much better. So otherworldly, mystical, unexplainable, extraordinary, but from a different world. Notice as well, you can use otherworldly to mean unworldly, to live or to have your mind in a completely different place. So maybe you could say that monks are otherworldly or unworldly. They have a spiritual existence, but they are naive and don't understand the way people really live. They don't understand the ins and outs of the world that most people live in. So, otherworldly, it comes from a different place. Okay, the next one is preternatural or preternatural. Okay, something that is preternatural, it's beyond nature. Okay, it's more than something in nature can do. It doesn't obey the natural laws, the laws of nature. It transcends the natural order. So it's out of the ordinary. Yeah? It's so peculiar that nature doesn't do this. Notice this word otherworldly is talking about the spirit world, whereas preternatural talks more about not what we would naturally find. Preternatural says we don't know why, but it's beyond our understanding. It's so strange. Yeah, it's preternatural. It's subject to forces outside the natural world. Paranormal, if you like. So you could have a preternatural skill. I don't know. He had a preternatural skill for tennis. It was abnormal. He was so good at tennis that it wasn't natural. Okay. You could have a preternatural rainstorm where gallons and gallons and gallons of water fall. Maybe the great flood from Noah was a preternatural storm. Okay? Storm, sorry. So preternatural is beyond what nature can make, what nature could be expected to do. Supernatural. Maybe they say that we are having preternatural weather, but I think this is just global warming, which makes what didn't used to be normal now. Okay, and the last word in this series is Eldritch. Okay, Eldritch is weird, sinister. Probably comes from the world of the elves. An elf, yeah? You've probably seen elves in Lord of the Rings. So something that comes from the world of the elves is Eldritch. Eldritch is something that's weird or strange, but sinister and ghostly at the same time. It inspires fear in you. Yeah, something that's Eldritch has supernatural influences, yeah, inspiring fear in you. But this has the idea of coming from fairy stories. So I don't know if you know the story about the man who slept for 100 years, Rip Van Winkle. Well, what happened to Rip Van Winkle was pretty eldritch. He was going for a walk and he found some elves celebrating, having a party, and he drunk with them, and then he went to sleep, and he woke up 100 years later. That's very eldritch. Eldritch is, well, it was an old-fashioned word, but I think it's definitely coming back into vogue. I think in the past people didn't really use it, but now it's becoming more common. So, an eldritch situation. If you got to the end of the rainbow, that would be eldritch. Okay, so it's got this idea of eerie, but it's in this case, eldritch is not explained by religion, by outside religion or outside nature. It's described in terms of elves or magical creatures, done by magical creatures. So let's go through the words again. Quirky has strange, special characteristics, not the characteristics that you would normally expect. A quirky lock where you've got to get the key in exactly the right position. Okay, uncanny, beyond knowledge, something that you can't explain because it's beyond your knowledge. An uncanny knack, an uncanny skill. Okay, if something's uncanny, it inspires a little bit of fear in you because you can't explain it. And we all get a little bit nervous in situations we don't control. Eerie has the idea of a horror story, something haunted, something ghostly. Yeah, it's strange and ghostly is the idea of eerie. Otherworldly, from the spirit world, from the world of the dead, mystical, but it has a religious sense. Okay, otherworldly. Preternatural, beyond nature, strange because you can't explain it in terms of nature. And eldritch, from the world of the elves, very strange, but strange from the creation or the action of mythical creatures. Okay, so anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video and you didn't find it too quirky, give it a rating. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Quirky, uncanny, eerie, otherworldly, preternatural, and eldritch. Bye for now.